We're all connected, one to the other. Whether a lifetime together or a moment with a new friend, those connections change lives.
Those connections that we form, that we have relationships with each other, they create moments in our lives that we can always go back to and rely on. They help us make new moments.
Well, Andrew came to us about 2 years ago. We met at an expo at Akron University, and he just came up to the table, and he was such a nice guy, and he actually stuck around for about an hour or so and just was chit-chatting with me about what we do as an agency and how he could help if he decided to come aboard as a volunteer.
Brittany had her table out, and being curious as I am, I walked up, talked to her, said there was openings for volunteers, and I decided to sign up for the training.
We were really excited to have him come aboard because it's not every day that you get a male volunteer who wants to come in and work with survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault. So we were really excited to have him come aboard and just really make an impact not only on the kids but also the women who get to see a good man come through our program and have a little bit of hope maybe for something in the future.
That's why I'm here. To break a mold that they think is what everyone is, and to be at least a little bit different. He
comes in and he works with the kids weekly. He'll interact with them, he'll do games, he'll go outside and play some basketball with them. Really, in all honesty, it's just really getting to know the kids. And a lot of the kids here didn't ever have that. They've never had a male role model in their life who just sat down and played with them. And I think it's so important to have that influence from a man. And Andrew is able to kind of step in and do that. And anything from interacting with a little 2-year-old, coloring, to going outside and playing some basketball with the boys.
He was doing that last week, chess and then checkers. But with 2 of the older children, one of the children on here, he went to go work out. But to look over and say, wow, okay, got him down here, because his mom really did not think that he would come down and be with all these children. And Andrew says, well, I'm going to go see if he'll come down. He's 16 in high school.
Yeah, at first he seemed very reluctant to come down. I asked him kindly. He begrudgingly came down, played some chess, talked a little bit, and just honest and open. And
he went up and got him and said, well, what kind of a game? And he told him, so we got the game, and they actually sat there and they played 3 games. So it was pretty amazing, because to be able to open him up like that and to have him come down.
He asked if I would join the Big Brothers and Big Sisters program, which I found incredibly satisfying, because I made an impact.
The connection we have causes ripples. An action today has an effect on tomorrow, creating new moments and new connections.
It makes me feel good. If I can make a person's day, I'm happy with that. Or put a smile on someone's face. If I can encourage anyone, help that's what I do. Like I said, it's just so natural. It's just like, how do you explain it,
Jerry definitely has a personality that connects with people, and if she's in the building, you know it. 1, because she's pretty loud, which I love about her, but 2, because she comes and says hello to everyone.
I love people, first of all, and it's just, I don't know, and I just love, like I said, I feel like I'm on a yellow brick road, and I'm willing to follow wherever it goes, so here I am now.
Jerry came to Open M originally to just receive a service here at Open M. She was eating lunch and heard someone talk about a Getting Ahead program that we offered here.
And once I stepped foot into the free lunch, the cafeteria, it was kind of like a love at first sight type of feeling because how warm it felt.
She came and enrolled in the class. I was the facilitator for Getting Ahead, so I had the joy of being Jerry's teacher essentially, but really I learned from her also. And from the second Jerry walked into the classroom, she was a leader. And she was constantly serving and working with those in our class.
And once I got done with the Getting Ahead class, I didn't want to leave. You know what I mean? I just felt so much a part of Open M. You know what I mean? You know, I just wanted to be a part of what they was doing.
Everything about her just screams volunteer. Every time we need something at Open M, she's there. She's there as our front desk receptionist. She's helped out with poverty simulations. She's come back and talked to other Getting Ahead classes about things that she's accomplished. And when she's here volunteering, she even spends extra time doing things.
And by a month after I graduated, I began doing reception, you know, doing the front desk, which I always, when I used to come through to Getting Ahead class, I was like, I want to sit there one day. I had my eye on the desk, you know, so I went on and put my application in for volunteer. And so it led from one thing, and so now I'm the volunteer receptionist coordinator over all the volunteer receptionists now. So it's been really nice. And
Jerry's in a position of leadership here as a volunteer, but she's really encouraging everyone who walks through this door. You know, a lot of people who live in Summit Lake neighborhood here or come into our building are struggling in some way. You know, it may be a crisis, it may be they're out of food, it may be their lights are cut off. And to walk in and see someone like Jerry just greet you, it just brings a lot of joy. And she just brings such joy and just challenges us to really take a more positive attitude and really to be like Christ would, which is our challenge as we walk through the doors here, is how can we serve and love others? And that's why we're here. That's what we're called to do.
It's been amazing. It's been a wonderful ride, and I'm ready to roll. I want to keep riding this ride because I love it.
Our community is connected by the spirit of volunteerism. The passion to help others pulls us together as one.
I tell you, I live my life day to day like there's nothing wrong with me. I'm kind of somewhat surprised when someone says, oh, I see you had a stroke or you had this. I thought I hide it pretty well, but people who have disabilities have a keen sense, they see it. And I think it makes me just a perfect candidate to do what I do here, because as people who are disabled come to the event and they see that I'm disabled helping them, they feel very much at home and very comfortable, and there's an instant rapport. And to me, that's how we're all connected. It makes life just flow. And it gives me so much more than I'm offering. I just feel so, if I could get both hands up, I think I could fly home most nights after being here.
John is a very kind, compassionate person that cares about the patrons that come here. He wants to make them feel as comfortable as possible, and he accomplishes that in spades. He has recruited numerous volunteers for his committee. It is a first impression for a lot of our patrons that are disabled because they are uncomfortable, and his committee does a great job making them feel like they're welcome.
At the Bridgestone, I'm the chairman of the handicap shuttle, which is a great delight because we get to help so many people who otherwise wouldn't get to enjoy this wonderful event that we have right here in Akron, Ohio. It's just amazing. Being a disabled person myself, I really can relate to the people who come to the tournament who have mobility problems and need our service so desperately to see this wonderful event.
I think he knows where they're coming from, and he knows how to deal with them because he's been in their place before.
Last year was my first year, and I'm looking forward to this year. It was the sense of excitement. There was such fun in helping people and making sure that I made John look good because he had the faith in me. He sets the example by being affable and smiling, and because he's as positive as he is, he inspires us to be positive. And John's always talking about giving back, and I think he does a bang-up job.
Everybody wants to know that you see them, that they're valued. And that transcends to the volunteers that work with me. I try to let them know that, hey, the most important thing is to greet that bus with a smile. Let people know that we're here to help. We're here to do what we can. I think people, they feed off the other people's energy. So, everything we have in this world is the energy that we all bring. And I try to let all my volunteers who help me on this committee know that that's what we're here for. We need to show them that special feeling that they're important. We value people.
Our challenge is to connect generation to generation, for our ripples to rise into waves, to connect our today to their tomorrow, and build a stronger community together.
I had my wife here, and I saw the good care that she had. I saw the work that the volunteers was doing and how it was appreciated by others, families, and also by me. If you needed a break, a volunteer would go sit with my wife while I was there, and I just decided that that's what I wanted to do after a while, after she had passed away.
We've kind of adopted Wayne, and he's adopted us. We've all become a family here. Every day he's willing to come in and do anything I ask him to do. He wears many, many hats, and he stands out as being exceptional.
I do crafts once a month with the craft group here. I put up kits for the nurses, different types that they have, so they have things ready for them when they want. That relieves them of having to do that.
And I see him connecting with families in the kitchen all the time. You know, the families come out, they're tired, they need something that's going to lift their spirits. And Wayne is there with a smile, and he's always talking, and he'll even take time to sit down at the tables and converse with them, and it really helps get their mind off of what's going on here at hospice.
Yes, while I'm up there in the kitchen there seeing food, I'll have talk with the families when they come in, and some of them will be kind of stressed out and things like that. You get to talking with them and talk about other subjects, stuff, and listen to what they have to say mostly. But then you take off from that on whatever you think may help out, relax them a little bit, and you can see where they do get relaxed.
But he also visits patients, and he relieves our nurses so that they can get down to the nitty-gritty work that they have to do, supporting our families and our patients. He's able to go in and visit with those patients and relieve them of having to keep running in to see what they want or just to have someone to talk to. So Wayne's become a friend also to our nursing staff, and everybody knows him. He's just been such a supporter in every department that we have.
If they need somebody to get a little break themselves, I'll go back and sit with the patient itself for a while, half hour, whatever they want there, while they can relax and things. And you can see that they appreciate that very much too, as well as they really appreciate the kitchen too, because they about all will tell me up there how much they appreciate the kitchen.
He puts his heart and soul into it, and I think it all goes back to the experience that he had here at hospice. And it goes on and on. It's just one big circle. He's giving back what he received here, and then he's passing it on to others, and then they're doing the same. So it's just a wonderful thing to see that whole circle come together.
I didn't make up my mind right then that I wanted to volunteer, but I did appreciate and see what good they were doing and stuff like that. And then after a while, I got to thinking about it, and the more I thought about it, the more I decided to do it. Finally, I come out and told them I'd like to be a volunteer here. I took the courses they had and everything, and been doing it ever since.
Wayne does not realize the full impact that he has had on so many people, and he's so genuine, and that's just wonderful to witness.
And you can see the change in them, you know, while you're there talking and things like that. And then when they leave, go back to the room or something, they'll tell me they really appreciate it and made me feel a lot better then.